Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. Today we're standing in front of a client's custom trailer that he had made quite a few years ago, and it's here for a few little enhancements. So not only do we do ground up restorations, but we also do some special little tweaking to things every once in a while. So this is a really good client of ours. He has some motorcycles and also a couple of nice show cars. And this is the trailer that he's going to use to transport these vehicles around to different shows. So it never had a winch or anything, any kind of device to pull cars in and out to load. And sometimes it's a little bit hard on your nerves because when you have a classic car and you're pulling it into a trailer, there's always, you're always dealing with the narrow enclosed trailer on the inside to get out of the car, and there's generally not enough room to open the door, and you really don't want to be crawling in and out through the doorway of a higher end classic car. So the perfect alternative to that is to use a winch system, and then we just hook the winch up to the car with the ramp, pull the car up with the winch, the doors stay closed. It's a lot less stress, and it's something you can easily do on your own, so you can load and unload your classic car. So without getting too long-winded, this trailer, when it came to us, so this is approximately, I think, maybe a 6 or 7 year old trailer, and being black, it was quite faded and almost chalky looking in appearance. So we used some special compounds, cutting compounds, and a finishing wax, and we polished the outside of the trailer. So now it's a high gloss black, as it should be, like it was when it was new. The other thing that we did on the top, this nose cone, this is aluminum that's been painted, and the nose cone on the top is a plastic, half fiberglass kind of product. And unfortunately, it reacted to the sun and it went almost like an off-white color. So the only way to bring that back is we sanded it and we repainted it gloss black. So the nose cone has been painted, and then this has been polished. So in the front, as you can see, it had just the normal tongue, which is part of the custom built trailer, which was really nicely made. So what we wanted to do was add the winch and the battery, but not take up space inside the trailer. And I'll show you that section a little bit later. But so we thought the best idea was to have this checker plate box, which we purchased from our local Napa distributor. So this box has been attached to the front, and inside is the winch and the battery with the hole down and so on. So I'm just going to step out of the way, because one thing that's kind of neat, and I think the camera can pick it up, if you look between the checker box and the body, because the winch is fairly wide, it's approximately 6 inches when it tracks the cable or the rope. So when it tracks back and forth, it wants to spool itself up, and it automatically spools back and forth. So you need to have, instead of just an opening, a round opening, you need something a little bit larger. So what we did is we cut a hole in the trailer and cut a hole in the back of the checker plate box, and then we made basically our own ductwork, and then rust proofed it, and then we've got it slid through both the box and the trailer, and then it's out of the weather because we have it all seam sealed and special caulking. So I'll get out of the way here, and we'll just come to the front, and we'll open up the trailer or the storage, and you can see we have, and it's quite a nice winch. It's made by Warrior, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's the Warrior S9500. So extremely high rating. Some people would say it's overkill to have that big of a winch, but our client wants to have a trouble-free unit for many years. You can see here there's a plug at the top that will take this handheld, which is full wire. We also have wireless on the inside. So this will easily just plug into the top, and then you've got the in and the out if you wanted to do it manually. So we're just going to leave it here in the box, but typically I believe what we'll do, when we go inside, we'll show you. I think remote control is going to be what the client will use majority of the time. So what we did is, before we could install the winch and the battery, we had to make sure that this was really secure. And we've got a few pictures that we'll show you along with this video. There's some photos that we took as we made this. So we had to remove this top cover plate to get access to the underneath of this tongue, and we had to weld two structural pieces of tubing in to go across first and drilled the holes, and then we set the plate back down, and then we were able to mark and measure and drill holes to bolt the winch securely down, because there's a lot of force with the by pulling a vehicle in and out and so on. So that's been fastened down, and then we have the hole down for the battery, and it's a super heavy duty kind of battery, and then we've got some weather stripping in here. So that looks after the outside of the trailer, and then we'll just come around to the inside, and you can see as you come around, it's kind of a overcast, cloudy day, but the trailer does look very much like new again. And in a couple of pictures at the beginning, you'll see it's kind of a chalky or faded look, and now it's quite a bit cleaner and more polished. So we'll just swing this door open, and then we'll give you just a brief look of the inside. So this is a really nice trailer that our client had custom made. You can see it has tie-down rails in all three sections. So you're going down the middle and then down both sides. And then we have these special pockets that he had made too. So it's really nice inside, and we didn't want to take away from the custom look of the trailer. So when this client travels to shows, he will take either motorcycles to show, which would be here. So then the motorcycles will set in these pockets. The front tire comes up against here, and then what was important is they had to have the tie down here on the floor. So if we would have set the winch in here, then it would have been a little more difficult. We wouldn't be able to utilize motorcycles here and have the winch set up. So the best alternative was to have the winch in that front box. And you can see how clean it is here. I'll just shut these doors. So you'll see how nice this turned out. So this is the Warrior plate that comes as part of the kit. You can see inside here, it's fully enclosed and out of the weather because we've made that ductwork, if you will. So this being all finished off, and then we have our setup here with our hook and our, instead of the cable, it's the fiber, which they say is quite a bit stronger, and it's flexible and it won't fray. And they have an extra coating for the first quite a long section. So what I like about this winch is it has a remote control, which just takes a 9-volt battery. It's weather resistant, has a strap, and there's just a shut power off. It's green light to turn it on, and you can see the red light. I think it'll pick it up. So you've got the red light, which means the power is on, and then you've got an out and an in. So if I hold this, and imagine I'm by myself and I want to load my classic car, I simply just push the out, and it will pull it out. So I can pull it all the way down to the back of the trailer, hook this up to the car, and then pull the in, and it will pull it up in. And the nice thing about this setup is not only can we have a car hooked up near the back half of the trailer, our client can still have motorcycles here and tie them down. So just wanted to share with you, it's just something else we do here at Last Chance Auto Restore. And I'm John, and thanks for watching.